She brings the tears on the hit drama This Is Us, and now Chrissy Metz is making us reach for even more tissues in her latest movie, Breakthrough.
Yeah, it follows the miraculous story of a boy who survives falling through the ice of a lake and his mother, Joyce, who never loses her faith. Take a look.
I know that you don't know my son, but my John is a fighter and he doesn't give up. So I need you to go and be the best for John. Nothing less. And you just let God do the rest.
And Chrissy is here with us now. Welcome.
Hi, good morning.
Great to have you here.
Great
now,
to be here.
This movie, it's an incredible story. It's a true story.
Yes.
It's heartfelt. You'll be reaching for the tissues.
Yeah.
I can't believe I'm going to ask you this, but what made you say yes? Like, what part of all of that?
Interestingly enough, my mother went through a stroke 2 years ago now, but at the time when we were first doing the initial meetings, Devon Franklin, who's our producer, we sat and chatted, and I said, you know, my mom is obviously like a strong force, but like I said to her doctors, like, if you're not going to speak positivity around my mother, then you can leave. And those almost verbatim were the words that Joyce used with John's doctors. And I thought, this is not a coincidence, you know, that I could, of course, honor the Smith family and their story, but also my mom and people who are going through something that like come out on the other side in such a positive way. So, and obviously the story is just so beautiful, and I knew it was going to be a challenge for me, and it was a true story that I'm like, ooh. So I, you know, if something scares me, I think I do it.
Yeah, that's a good thing. That's a good way to live. It's hard. But
it's difficult. Yeah, for sure.
How much did you know about the story? Because this was a book called Impossible before signing on.
Yeah, so I knew about it in the news. I had read about it, of course, and heard, and I was, of course, taken aback. But you're like far removed from it. But until, you know, Joyce wrote the book, The Impossible, and then, of course, being up for the role and then getting close to the family, it was like, wow. So initially, I was, you know, beside myself, like, does this really happen? And I do believe in miracles, so yeah.
And how was that, being able to talk to Joyce, to talk to John while playing Joyce? Yeah,
it was very surreal. You know, we like walk in the same room and I'm like, wow. You know, this is their story, this is their life, and John is just this articulate, smart, wonderful guy going into university now, and I'm like, what? So yeah, it was a wonderful moment, and you know, we're friends, so that's nice too.
It's amazing story.
Yeah,
it's almost hard to believe.
No. Yes, I agree, because I played Joyce, and I still have a hard time wrapping my head around it. Yeah.
I was going to say, now your song, I'm Standing With You, is on the soundtrack.
Yes.
Can you tell us more about that?
Yes, so Diane Warren wrote, we ended up meeting at a party, and I've, of course, loved her from ever, because she's a legend in songwriting. And she's like, oh, do you sing? And I'm like, well, I'd like to. And she's like, oh, well, you're in that movie, so like maybe we could do something. Are you sure you can?
Like that?
She's like, but are you sure you can sing? Are you an actor who thinks that she can sing? And I'm like, what? I don't know. What? I don't know. And so we just got to chatting, and then luckily she was so inspired by this one particular scene where the congregation stands up when Topher Grace, who plays Jason Noble, says who has prayed for John and who has been there for John, and everyone stands with them. So she wrote, I'm standing with you. So it's been such a cherry on top of this beautiful cake that I did not expect to ever have.
I love it. Yeah. And we can't let you go without talking about This Is Us Season 4.
Tell us everything.
Tell us all.
I just want you to know, ladies, I'm not ready.
Really?
Yeah, so if I'm not ready, I don't know if you are ready.
We're never ready. Yeah. We love every minute of it.
It's, you know, Dan and the writers have done something really, I think, impeccable in such a beautiful way this season.
You said it's going to be unexpected and challenging.
Yeah, very, very unexpected and very challenging, but I think really important for people to see on television.
I love that.
Yeah.
Well, we can't wait for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we cannot. Well, we appreciate you being here.
Oh, thank you.
I want to let everybody know they can catch Breakthrough on digital, DVD, and Blu-ray right now.
Yes, exciting. Check it out.
Here.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Bring the tissues for sure.
Once again.
Yeah.